Hello everyone, and I guess it is now officially the start of spring. So if you know anything about Vancouver or Seattle or Washington in general, so this area of North America, we tend to get a lot of precipitation basically throughout the entire year. So it's hard to keep our babies clean. Now with opportunities like these, we can't just let it up. So today we're gonna give her a proper wash. Personally, I like to sort of quickly rinse off the surface and then spray down with foam first before I get into the scrubbing, just so that I can get rid of the larger pieces, what have you not, on the paint before I actually touch it. That's just how I do it. Now that we've hand washed everything down, it's time to spray the soap off. This is the foam can I started with. There's still a little bit of soap residue in here, so I filled it up with water, and I'll use this to spray it down first just to get a little bit more bubbles to trap all the dirt and all the grime, and then I'll spray it down the second time with clean water. Now that the outside of the car is done, there are a few small nooks and crannies, so like under the trunk and inside the bottom of the fuel door cap. So just small details that we'll take care of right now, just so that you know you've done the job properly. Now that we have the small nooks and crannies taken care of, all that's left is to dry it before we move on to the next step. Normally for a car wash, that will be the end of that, but there's something I want to do today that I haven't done in about 3 months or so, and that is using a clay bar. Those of you who have never used a clay bar before, this step is going to be the most frustrating but also the most rewarding. What this does is it acts like an eraser, or rather a magnet, and picks up all the dirt and things that are stuck on the paint that you can't get off by normal washing. So this, it just plugs everything off and leaves it with that clean, showroom smooth shine that you see when you get a new car. Alright, that took way longer than I thought. I'm not gonna show the whole thing, I'm just gonna show the first part. I mean, it's just gonna be very, very boring if you sit there and watch me bent over for 10 minutes on trying to, clean one particular spot. But anyway, yeah, that is the most time-consuming part of just, thoroughly cleaning your car. Let's put a layer of sealant on the car and hopefully make sure that it stays clean as long as possible. And again, that took way longer than I thought, so I'm just gonna cut, the rest of it and just show the beginning of how it's done. And now we're almost there. Next step is to clean the glass. We're finally down to our last step. So what I like to do for just capping it off is to wipe down the windshield wipers with these alcohol swabs, because as I said in the very beginning, there's a lot of precipitation here in Vancouver, so this just makes sure that they work as well as they should. There you have it. That is typically how I will wash my car once every 3 or 4 months, just to make sure that I make it as clean as I can. Yeah, I know that some people would say just a car, there's no reason to spend so much time on it, there's no reason to invest so much effort into it, but I disagree. A car, when you're outside of your house, is by extension your area. When I'm outside with my wife, we have our dog with us, the car is our first line of, defense against any hazardous environment. So there's every reason to keep it clean and keep it in working condition and make sure that it is performing as well as it can be. Because at the end of the day, if something happens, the car is what we will rely on when we're outside of our house. I will also clean the inside of the car, but typically I don't do it together in the same day, just because washing the car itself takes about 4 hours to do all the clay bar and sealant and everything. So if I spend the additional time to clean the inside, then my wife is going to have an issue with me spending all day with my car instead of with her. It's not a good way to end the day. So there you have it. If that is not how you typically wash a car, give it a try. Maybe you will like the result that you see. If you're washing your car in a different way that somehow works better than what you see here, please by all means let me know, and maybe I can improve my washing technique. With that, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and signing off.